What up, book dwellers? I'm Colleen.
And I'm Corey.
And today we're going to be doing a review of Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald.
We've seen it twice now because we're crazy. We saw it 2 days in a row, and we definitely picked up on a lot of things and looked at a lot of theories, and have a lot of feelings about it.
A lot of feelings.
At this point, we've both given it, we've agreed upon a B- rating. For it for various reasons, but this is going to be a very spoiler-heavy video because of all those reasons.
Yes.
So if you have not seen
Don't watch this.
Seriously, this movie has a lot of stuff that happens.
Yes.
And you need to go watch it before you watch this. So please don't spoil it for yourself.
Please leave.
You'll miss out on so much.
Yeah.
Please leave now if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, and then come back once you've seen the movie.
Yes.
And then we can talk about it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about what we really, really liked about the movie first, and then we'll get into our dislikes and our theories.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that we really, really liked was all of the new characters that were introduced in this movie. There were a lot. Like a lot.
Yeah, I mean, some of them were like legitimate, like new characters, and some were order number 1.
Or number 2, 3, and 4.
But yeah, I liked the legitimate new characters.
Yeah. I think
For the most part,
yes. I loved Lita a lot.
I know you did. Don't get me wrong, I did too, but I don't think as much as you did.
No, I thought going into this that I wasn't gonna like her, because as a new Tina shipper, I was like, oh no, this is bad. But I loved her. I loved how we got to really see her backstory.
I loved her backstory.
Her backstory was fascinating. At the beginning, you see her Bogart, and you don't really know what it is, and and you're like, okay, and it looked like
you're like, this might be a body.
Yeah, it looked like a body, but I didn't know from what.
Yeah,
and then from what I didn't know whose body it was. And I just thought it was really cool to be able to see because we knew they were promoting this movie talking about how she had a secret, and we never knew what the secret. We obviously didn't know what the secret was.
Yeah, no.
But there were a lot of theories going around, and there was a theory about her being half beast or something. There were so many theories.
She has a hat. She doesn't have a hat.
Yeah, in one interview, they were joking about her transformation was hat to no hat, and it's what does the hat mean? So we were looking out for that, but it meant nothing.
It meant nothing at all.
They trolled us.
I really liked the progression of figuring out what was going on with her the whole time, because you were saying, we start off finding out what her Bogart is, right?
Yeah.
But from there we don't know what it is.
No.
And it's well, are we gonna find out what it is? I was even thinking at that point, I'm like, am I missing something?
Yeah, right.
Do I just not know something?
Was that supposed to be obvious?
Yeah, right. And then throughout the movie, it's really cool because you find out all these things about her and her entire backstory and how that relates to that. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I liked the progression of her story.
Yeah, she was a really interesting character, and I was very upset that she died.
Did she though?
Did she? Yeah,
we'll get into
that. But no, it was just devastating to me because we had explored so much of her backstory, and then it was and there
it was
you
a
go.
5-second thing too. She just was gone.
It's fine, but no, I liked her. And I liked her relationship with Newt too. Obviously their past was so important, and I loved the young scenes between the two of them.
Those actors
were
nailed perfect.
It.
It was so great.
And just just how their friendship was growing at Hogwarts, and how much they meant to one another. It was just really nice to see.
I also really liked Nagini, and I wish that we got more of her.
Yeah.
And
I thought we were going to
get
I was
going to say, from what we, we're hearing and stuff, through interviews, through the trailers and stuff, it seemed like she was going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
And then she wasn't. She was kind of just there for a lot of it.
Yeah. And
I still her as a character.
I liked her as a character, and I liked the scenes that she was in, and I thought it was interesting to see her relationship with Credence, but you never really got to see it fleshed out.
Yeah, I want more from her though, because I do like her as a character,
really
and
cool.
I think she's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah, and
obviously I want to know how she becomes Voldemort's snake.
Yes,
we know how she's gonna become a snake, but how does she end up with Voldemort?
Yeah.
And it's just
that evil.
Yeah. Well, and it ends up heartbreaking because it's what happened to her. You know?
Yeah. How did she get to that state? Is it because Credence
I hope
left her? I don't know, but I want to know more of her as a character now because you know, Nagini and Harry Potter is now something that's shaped so differently for our minds. Oh no, I know.
Is it because Credence left her?
Oh my god.
Is it Credence's fault?
Theseus was an interesting new character.
Oh, Theseus.
Like, I mean, I
don't like him.
No, Callum did like a good job.
I like him as a character,
yes,
but I don't like
as
Theseus.
a person.
No.
Yeah, no. He was a little better than I thought he was going to be, though. I thought he was going to be more mean.
Like him.
No. It was nice to see kind of Newt's dynamic with him, and that was cool, and just kind of how Newt fits into his family.
Yeah.
So, like, having Theseus there was important to that. Okay, so like I said...
I'm gonna sit back for this part and chill.
Like I said, I'm a huge Newt and Tina shipper, and we were all kind of worried going into this movie that, like, where they were going to start, because we knew that there was miscommunication and all of that. So, like, for me, like, the whole Salamander's eyes scene was the cutest thing I've ever seen. It was fine.
I thought it was good.
Yeah. No, I thought it was adorable. And I think it was cool how they kind of led up to that scene through the whole movie, like how he's like constantly talking to Jacob about Tina, and then he's like telling Jacob like that she has salamander eyes, and Jacob's like, no,
you can't
don't say that to her. Just tell her that you missed her and like that you know came to Paris to find her. And then of course like when they're talking about it, he's like, I'm not supposed to say. But then the cutest thing is like Tina knows, like, and she, you know, she's like, I read your book, and she knows what he's going to say, and she like finishes the sentence, and it's very cute, and she's the only one who would take that as a compliment.
Yeah, I just love how he was like, I'm not, like, that's worse than saying that she has salamander.
I'm not supposed to
like,
say.
I'm not supposed to say, because then she's like, what the heck?
Oh,
like,
it's so cute. Catherine is so good too. Like Catherine's so good. Just like the way her voice would crack at certain parts, and like how it would be hard for her to say things, and she just would give them like she was just so cold.
She's like, thanks, Mr. Scamander.
Yeah,
like,
thanks, Mr. Scamander. And oh man, but it was fun just watching her kind of like Newt's so oblivious to the whole thing, and she's just like, this is insanity. Come on, man. So yeah, no, I was very happy with my new Tina content, and I'm looking forward to more in future films.
In other news, I really liked the new Beasts.
Yeah.
I particularly loved Antonio.
Yeah, did you guys know the Grindelwald's like
weird lizard thing? Chupacabra.
Yeah.
Homunculus thing?
Yeah, like the weird little creature guy that's at the very beginning. And like we read the screenplay, and well, you thought you
heard it in the movie. I was like, oh my god, his name's Antonio.
Yeah, Grindelwald calls this the
I bought this to find out if his name was Antonio. He's like, I know, Antonio. And then he looks at it with distaste, and he says, so needy. He then flings it through the door.
From that moment on, I was like, great, there's going to be a lot of death in this movie, because he just flings this creature. Newt could not approve.
No, he would not. But I think that's a good point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like,
don't side with the creature killer. I love the baby nifflers.
Obviously.
That whole scene was adorable.
I wish there was more of the baby nifflers, because that also was something that I feel like was really hyped up, and then there was like one scene of the baby nifflers.
It was
and
very
we had
cute
already
scene,
kind of seen it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, so I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I loved them. They were so cute.
Yeah.
And like funny just to see nifflers being even less responsible.
Yeah, and not being able to fit everything into their pockets. Yeah, that was cute. And yeah, no, I loved the Zou. I thought that was a really cool creature, and the way that he was able to calm it down.
Yeah.
With the little cat toy.
And then Tina does it later.
Tina did it too. Oh my god, I ship him so much.
I know.
I also, in this movie, got so emotional when we went back to Hogwarts.
And there was the exact
the original Hedwig's theme was playing, like not the Fantastic Beasts version of it, like the original Hedwig's theme was playing, and with that overshot and all the students, like, and you could just feel everyone in the theater just like get really emotional about it. So like that, the whole Hogwarts sequence of Dumbledore teaching there, and like McGonagall showing up, which is, you know,
a thing.
It's a thing. I mean, I know there's a lot of speculation about that right now because, like, technically, according to Pottermore, she's not supposed to be alive.
I was happy to see her.
I was happy to see her.
I don't know if she was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
But I just enjoyed the time that I spent with her.
She was hilarious.
Right?
When she's chasing Lita around.
No, I like when she lets the girl have her mouth back.
Yeah.
And then the girl starts talking and she's like, never mind, I can't do it. Not today.
What did she say about Slytherin?
Oh my god, that's so funny. Shame on the Slytherin house, I think it was.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to find it, but it's something like, shame on the Slytherin house.
Shame on the
100 points. 200 points! She's so...
Yes.
She's so upset.
As much as, like, the disagreements about whether or not she's alive, I thought it was really cool to have her.
I enjoyed the scenes she was in.
She was cool.
Yeah.
And, just seeing how Dumbledore taught, you know, his classes and how much his students loved him. And also just, like, how they told him that he was no longer allowed to teach Defense Against the Dark Arts, which is probably maybe how he got into Transfiguration, which was a whole nother thing.
I know. It is a thing.
Yeah, so, but I don't know. I loved being back in those hallways, being back in that world. It was really nice. Yeah.
My favorite part of the entire film is when Nicholas Flamel and Jacob are looking at the, like, crystal ball, right? Or they're, like, going to. And Nicholas Flamel just runs over to it in that weird shuffle way. Like, and then we were talking about how he then leaves, right? To go to, like, the rally that they're all at, right? And
he shows up so late.
And obviously, like, it's taken him... What else would he be doing from the time that he leaves to the time that they get
like, he
there?
didn't have to, like, prepare anything. And
no.
Obviously, time passes.
Yeah.
Because they, like, learn Lita's whole backstory.
Yeah.
And, like,
so, like...
the rally itself.
We're there the whole time, so we know that time is passing. So like, he ran to the rally from his house like that. And we're just picturing him running through Paris like that.
Paris, just like with some like crazy music in the background.
Yeah,
and
right.
Like Flamel like running like this across Paris.
Everybody's like, is he good? Like, should we be concerned?
And then when he shows up to the fight, he's like, okay guys, like let's go. Listen to me.
I love Nicholas Flamel.
He is an amazing character.
He was so great.
He's so great.
Oh my god, I need more of him.
Yes, he's awesome. Yeah, and like that whole rally scene in general, like,
it was insane. That
scene might have been, I mean, besides like the new Tina scenes, like my favorite scene in the film, just because like it was just so powerful, and his speech was so fascinating and believable, and just the way he was able to show everyone the war, and the way
Jacob responded to the war.
The way Jacob responded to the war.
Upsetting.
And just like watching everyone kind of pick and choose what they took the most from Grindelwald through that speech. And also that child, and like the whole Auror situation when the Aurors are coming in, and like it's, you know, it's like you kind of don't want to like the Aurors either, because they just go in there and they attack someone who's...
They attack them the way that everybody else, like, you know, they're attacking each other.
Yeah.
If you're like, well, I can't pick a side.
Because I don't agree
Even though, like,
obviously,
you know which side you know, should be on, but it convinces you in a way that, like, there's a reason that people are joining Grindelwald's side.
No, I mean, that whole scene...
Also, in the rally, Walk With Me hurt really bad. And I'm in pain.
It was done. I mean,
Ellie's amazing.
Ellie is amazing. She's just the way she says it first, you know, more calmly, and then Jacob calls her crazy, and then the way she screams "Walk With Me," your heart just shatters, and you're also just so scared because you're like, Queenie, no.
Yeah, no. And you know, well, and the thing is, like, Queenie is so soft spoken and so sweet all the time and everything, and so you know if she's screaming like that, like, it's not. It hurts.
Yeah, no.
I'm in pain.
But man, that whole scene, just from the start of it, right when they get in there and they're like, it's a trap, to like the end of, oh my god, just chaos.
Too much.
It was so good.
I mean, it was good, but too much.
Yeah.
I'm in pain.
Yeah. Also the fact that like Lita just shows up everywhere and just says stop. So like when she like finds Newt and Tina in like the what are they?
It's where the records are.
Yeah,
but I don't know what it's called.
Yeah,
like,
in the records
it was
area.
I think it was in French. I don't know what French is.
When they're in the records area, and she like just attacks. She just goes stop to like the
she
not
said
stop stupefy,
but it's the same thing. It's the same vibe.
And then Newt's like no. And then she goes, and then when she finds Credence eventually, and Yusuf is there, she just walks in the room and she says, stop. And then to Grindelwald.
She's like, Grindelwald,
stop. And I'm like, Lita.
You can't just tell people to stop all the
not
time.
do anything.
And then she immediately is just like, that's all I had. Like,
I'm like, Lita, no.
She's like, stop. And then
God.
she has nothing after that. Just she's not prepared for the amount of like ambition that she has.
No. She like gets the courage to like do that and like she's like ready.
Yeah.
And then
like, she's like,
but Lita, you have to like do something.
I don't know where to go from here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Lita, make good choices.
Yeah. And another really good scene that I liked in the movie a lot was the escape scene at the beginning. It was a lot to look at. Mm-hmm. But it was really cool. Just the way the polyjuice potion, like the whole the idea of like the idea of the escape was really, really cool. I love Thestrals, so getting to see Thestrals was cool. And yeah, just like the sky fight and like filling the thing up with water.
Right?
Like it was dark and it was just so
and then somehow
dark
letting
off
Abernathy out. Like how much did they have to plan to fill it up with water? And then Abernathy's all ready to be let out, like at the right moment and everything.
Yeah.
It's so
that was that scene was also very well done. It was a lot. We like the second time we saw it, we sat in like the second row of the theater and we were just sitting there.
We're like, oh my god, this is too much.
It's just like all the light flashing.
Yeah. It was like you said, it was strobing in the theater. Oh, it was crazy.
But it was really cool.
It was really
I liked it. Also, I really liked seeing the relationship between Grindelwald and Dumbledore.
Yes.
Obviously, it's like they've been talking about how it's going to get more fleshed out in the future.
I hope so.
Yeah, me too. And that it's going to get more detailed. But like just the whole thing with the mirror that we knew was going to happen from the trailers, but like actually seeing that in the movie was really nice. And also like the whole the blood pact thing was interesting because I don't think anyone really knew the blood pact existed.
No one knew it was a thing.
Everyone thought there were ideas floating around about like unbreakable vows and like stuff like that about why you can't fight them, but like we didn't know about a blood pact.
Yeah, no.
That's a cool idea.
I like the cool thing that the blood spins around.
Yeah, when they like do the little thing.
It's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
That's like a thing, and then they just go into the little thing.
Yeah.
Like they turn into that and they like spin around in there.
The fact that the Niffler got it. Oh,
right?
Nifflers.
Oh, and he was hurt, and then he shows up and he's like, look how good I did.
Yeah.
And Newt's all proud.
Yeah, and then he got to go have some milk. But I like how Newt responded to Dumbledore too in that scene on the bridge. Like when Dumbledore's like, I can't fight him. And he's like, why?
He's like, oh my, sorry, continue.
And then he's like talking about how he can't leave because his travel ban. He's like, but I'm not allowed to leave the country. They'll throw me in jail and throw away the key or something.
Put me in Azkaban and throw away the key.
And he's just like, Dumbledore, I'm not allowed to do this.
Like, this is not okay.
But then, so he's like, I can't go to Paris. And then he's like, but Tina's in Paris. Great. Cool.
I'll go to Paris now.
Sounds good. When are we
now
going?
I will break the law.
We're literally leaving right now, Jacob. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go in this bucket.
Yeah.
Hold my hand. Jacob's like, I don't want to hold your hand. No. That's a little weird.
Their relationship is so cute.
Their little, like, bro thing is so funny. Their
romance is so funny. Like, them sitting at the table in Paris together. Them just talking about each other, like, on the walk and, like, trying to give each other advice. And, like, put down the bucket. Or when he's like, smell the feather.
Yeah, right.
Or follow the feather.
Follow the feather.
Yeah.
And Jacob's like, I'm just going to stand here and watch what you're doing.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
That whole scene when Jacob's like, he's licking the ground.
Yeah.
He's sniffing a feather.
He's sniffing a feather. Cool. He just blew some stuff everywhere. Yeah. The Niffler's just running around.
Great.
What's that thing that I can see now? Yeah. He's like, this is just what happens in my life at this point. Like,
yeah. And apparently...
Catherine's pregnant.
Catherine's pregnant. But I liked Tina in this movie a lot. Like, Tina, I am just a huge Tina stan, and it's fun.
I like Tina.
Has she grown on you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that she just, like...
I think she's grown on a lot of people for this movie.
But I think you also had to, like, get her.
Yeah.
I think it's, like... I think she's not the kind of person who you, like... I don't know, you did. But, like, who most people, like off the bat. You have to, like, understand, like, what her thing is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was, like, it was like more like, I was like, well, why would you like Tina? Because she's just messing up everything all the time. But then it's like, okay, but that's the fun of Tina, is that she's messing up everything all the time, and she's trying, but she messes up everything she tries to do.
Yeah, but I like seeing her in her element more in this movie, you know, when she's like talking to Yusuf, she's like actually, and she's questioning everyone, and she's like trying to be an Auror.
She tried last movie too,
she did, but she wasn't an Auror. See, now she has her job back.
Now she has permission to do all the things she wants to do.
Exactly. And I love her relationship with Credence. Like,
oh God, it pains
like,
me. I love it.
She went to Paris to find Credence.
Yeah.
And that's like, now that she thinks Newt is with someone else, it's like her goal in life is to like save Credence, which I think is just such a special relationship.
See, that's when Yusuf is talking about like, I'm here for the same reason as you. I'm just like, no, you're not. Because Tina is there because she actually cares about him.
So then there were some things. I mean, we gave it a B- rating.
So there were things
that we didn't like, and I think they were more like overall things. Yeah. You know, like more just like about the movie itself.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing, and a lot of other people have been saying this too, that like there were so many things even in the trailers that were shown that were not in the movie.
Yeah.
And there's so many deleted scenes that like were deleted for like not a reason.
No.
And
that were important scenes.
Yeah, and the cast has been talking about a lot of deleted scenes too, and like they weren't even in the trailers and seemed like they would be important to the plot.
Yeah.
And
and I know that a lot of movies do that, right? Like there's a lot of things that are in trailers that don't make it into the actual movie.
Yeah.
But I just feel like so many didn't.
Yeah, and so many that were important for the plot and understanding who these characters are.
There's just so many more than I've ever seen. Yeah. Like be in trailers and not be in the movie.
Yeah.
And it was kind of crazy.
Yeah, and I think I think that just has to do with, I mean, obviously, you know, when you film a movie, you have to cut stuff for time.
Mm-hmm.
But with this, it felt like there were, like, the action sequences took so long that, I mean, you know, I don't, like you were saying earlier, like, you don't need to see 5 minutes of the fire fighting the fire. I would rather see, like, 20 seconds of the fire fighting the fire and then, like, get more time with the characters.
Well, like, there's a difference between, you know, seeing the rally and that being, like, long.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, watching fire fight fire, like...
It's cool for a little bit.
It's cool for, like, a second, but, like, I don't have any emotional connection to the fire. Like, I don't care about the fire.
Yeah.
Like, I understand, like, the symbolic thing of, like, oh, it's Grindelwald fighting them.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're watching.
No.
We're watching the fire. We understand that they overtake his fire. Mm-hmm. So, like, I don't know why we needed to watch it for 5 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
and I think that that's just the thing. Like, I feel like they chose...
spectacle over...
Yeah.
Character relationships.
Yeah. And I feel like they also chose that late in the game. Because
they filmed so many character relationship
things. Like, there were so many things in the trailer, like... Lita at that, like, ballroom dance thing, like, just so many...
I want to know what the heck that was, because we don't even know what it was.
Yeah, we don't even know what it was. I wanted more circus. I wanted more, like, just reasoning for everyone being places. Yeah. Because,
I forgot about this. But I also wanted, you know, reactions to different things.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the one that mainly comes to mind, you know what it is, because I've been very upset about it.
Yeah.
Because, like, Queenie goes to Grindelwald's side, and Tina has the smallest reaction ever. She just yells like Queenie, and, like, there's nothing else. And I'm like, no. Their relationship has been so important. We, like, built that up in the first movie. Like, we know that they were orphans and that they, like, you know,
and they were
raised
one of my,
each other
favorite relationships.
Their relationship is so like important, precious. Like, oh, it's so important. It's like one of the best relationships in the franchise, like you know, the Fantastic Beasts franchise, and like we built it up so much. And then in this movie, we got like
they didn't have a scene together.
No,
or they didn't. And I know that
not a real scene together.
No, and I know that was like obviously there's tension between them.
Yeah, But we can at least see the tension instead of just have Queenie be like, we have tension.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like it would have been so much stronger if, like, Tina had an actual reaction. Because even if she's fighting with her, like, she's not going to just be like, well, she went over to Grindelwald's side. Like, she's going to be upset about that.
Tina's not that type of person.
No, she would, like, be upset about that.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, there were other times where I was like, there was just, like, no reaction to things from other characters. And I'm just like, you know... We need to spend more time on that, you know?
Well, apparently there was a scene at the end of the movie that, like, the cast has been talking about in, like, so many interviews. They, like, spent, like, 23 days or something filming this scene, and they didn't include it. Like, there's supposed to be...
Like, they spent 23 days waiting until sunset because it was a sunset scene, and they wanted to have, like, real sunset, you know?
Yeah, but it got cut, and it was a scene where supposedly they're all, like, sitting at tables in France. Well, like, probably just the people who chose who chose, like, the good side.
Yeah. Dumbledore's OG army.
Yeah, Dumbledore's army. The original. The original Dumbledore's army. No, but and Nicholas Flamel was apparently passing out croissants to all of them. And like
in the interviews they're all like, I like the scene where we ate croissants.
Yeah, and
I'm like, well, I want to see the scene where you guys ate croissants.
And I feel like putting that, because it's at the end of the movie, I feel like putting that in the movie would actually form a conclusion. And I know it's like movie 2 of 5, and like I understand that, but like having even before that whole reveal with Credence, like putting that in there to like,
well, because it should, theoretically every movie should be able to be a standalone. Yeah, you know, it progresses a storyline, but it should be able to be a standalone, and without any actual resolution at the end of it, besides like Newt hugging Theseus, which wasn't really that much of a resolution. Like, it does not act as a standalone.
No,
which is fine. Yeah. Like you said, it's a second movie, but like it just really, like, you know, there was something missing from that. You know, because there was no actual resolution like throughout the movie. Yeah, and that would have been a great resolution. That croissant scene.
Yeah, just like seeing everyone, because now Nagini is on this side. She lost Credence. You know, Theseus lost Lita. Jacob lost Queenie, and
Tina lost Queenie.
Tina lost Queenie, and like, just how they all would, you know, respond to that, because we didn't really see that. We saw them all calm down, kind of, at the end of the battle.
Well, just an interesting thing too that I just thought of, like, I mean, Jacob and Queenie, Jacob and Tina don't really have like a visible relationship that we've seen, but like, how interesting would that be to like see them both like be struggling with the same thing? Yeah, like. That would be so interesting. I just feel like we missed out on like so many different aspects of the characters like by losing that scene, I guess.
Because visually, the movie was great.
Yeah, it was a cool movie.
It was really nice to watch, and it was stunning. I just wish... I mean, the Harry Potter universe, like, I feel like the thing that a lot of people like about it is the characters, and just the character relationships, and that just disappeared.
Yeah, it just wasn't...
And there were tiny moments, like, you got Newt and Tina, and you got Jacob and Newt.
Yeah.
And you got, like, you know, Queenie and Jacob and stuff, but it was so in pairs and just kind of all over the place that you just didn't really feel like it wasn't fulfilling.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I wanted more.
Yeah. And also just like the way that the movie was cut too. Like it was a lot to take in. And like I'm glad we saw it the second time, because I think it made more sense the second time. I think it was like, you know,
we went so overwhelmed and anxious and like sad the second time to like see it,
just because we saw it within like 24 hours the second time.
And so the first time we were like, you know, by the second time we were still feeling all the things from the first time, and we were like, are we ready to actually see this again? And by the end of the second time I felt so much better, I think, because I mean, we were talking about this, because like I feel like I understood more and I knew more, and it wasn't so like jarring and everything is so bad, you know, because I could at least go back and be like, okay, like here's where things are bad, here's where things are not bad, you know, because like when you see it the first time, it's just like, this is overwhelming, this is jarring, there's a lot of bad things happening here, you know, and that's really what you take away from it the first time, because of the pacing, because you don't have a second to like take a breath and take in what you're watching.
Yeah, it was just super fast, and it felt like it was just cut weirdly. Like again, like adding more of those moments between characters, I think would have helped with the pacing of the movie.
Yeah. Well, that's what the first movie did really well.
Yeah, the first movie...
It took breaks.
Yeah, it had really nice pacing. And it built up, and like, again, it's a first movie. Yeah. So it's easy to do that. Yeah. But with this one, it just was like, you were with pairs everywhere too, which is like a cool idea. But like for the whole movie, it's a lot to like kind of take.
I think it just could have been
executed better. And like, who knows? Maybe, you know, when it was written, it was executed better, and then for time and for spectacle and all of that, it could have been cut to. It was cut to what it is.
Hey, so we ran out of storage, so we're just gonna film a quick outro really quick. But yeah, We really have a lot of theories, so expect like a different theory video from us because we really want to talk about it and hear all of your theories. So yeah, expect that in the near future.
Yes.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want more bookish content from me and Corey. Let us know what your favorite parts of the movie were, what you didn't like, if you agree with anything that we said. So yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you soon with a new video. Bye.
Bye.